have to get excited to be here. And it's beautiful to see this crowd. And as I was thinking about what can I share with myself and then with you to enhance our lives in this brief moment of 20 minutes, I came up with the conclusion that there's nothing new to share, but something basic that we can focus on to enhance it, to make us better today. We have so many great things already happening with us. And we're always looking for the next new thing versus just getting what we have better. And I was thinking, what is one of the most valuable things that I possess? And yes, chiropractic is wonderful. And my family is wonderful. And my health is wonderful. And I have a great family, and I have great friendships. And my business is great. But you know what? I wouldn't have possibly none of that without my freedom. And I have freedom to choose. I have freedom to think. I have freedom to work. I have freedom to speak. I have freedom to do anything I wish to do. We all do. So I wanted to talk a little bit about freedom. The freedom that we are searching and that we already have and that we're enjoying and that not necessarily we appreciate daily. I love this quote that says that you really start appreciating something when you lose it. Yeah? And when I start looking back at the chiropractic pioneers and the warriors, the great chiropractic warriors in our profession, what they did basically, they stood up for the principle, for our freedom to practice it in the future. That's what they did. It was all about freedom. I think chiropractic is all about freedom. Actually, when we give that adjustment, which is what we do, it's all about freedom, to free that interference with the innate intelligence of the body for it to do what it has to do. It's about freedom, releasing, removing the imprisonment. It's all about freedom. And so I wanted to discuss a few things, maybe for us to get more appreciation of what we have and focus on the good. Focus on all the good. And I say focus, yes. On the good that we have, on the great things. How many people experience freedom? And I can tell you, if we don't exercise our freedom right now, we may not have it in the future. And I mean in chiropractic. You want chiropractic to be free of drugs? Stand up. Stand up and work for it. It's not going to happen sitting down in the office. Give money to help those that are doing it. Yeah, we want to be free of drugs, then we have to take an action step. And we are. But the more we do it, the better. The freer we're going to be, in that aspect at least. My family left their country, their homeland, just searching freedom. In a dark night, as I'm told the story, in a dark night, 12 of them got in a 12-foot boat with a small engine, and they fled upon the open ocean, searching for freedom. Just that. There was nothing else. Where they were, in Cuba, you couldn't choose your own profession. The government chooses for you. So you're going to be an engineer, you're going to be a medical doctor, you're going to be a teacher. And you say, no, but I want to be an engineer. No, you're going to be a teacher. And then if you want to have vacations and go out, you cannot do it until you're 70 years old. When you cannot produce anymore, they say, now you can fly. Now you can travel. But not before that. You don't have the freedom to travel. You don't have the freedom to speak. You don't have the freedom to choose your religion or your spiritual beliefs. You don't. Here we are in chiropractic. We have struggled with our freedom for a while. Because as we have it today, it's been threatened for a few times. More than enough. And it's groups like this that can stand up for the right that we have to be free as a distinct profession. So we can pass it on to new generations. And that's our responsibility. It takes a brave heart to do that. It takes warriors like we have had in the past to do that. It doesn't happen just practicing in the office. Of course, that's the great job. But what I think will bring you better sense of your mission in chiropractic, at least to me it does, is to see it out of myself, to see what is my legacy here. And the legacy, when I see old chiropractors or the chiropractors behind me, I said, well, their legacy was to leave me the freedom to do what I have to do here today through chiropractic. So, what gives me freedom? You can be imprisoned. You can be in chains. With your creative thinking, nobody can take it out of you. The story of Nelson Mandela. When he was imprisoned, he started thinking as a free man. Thinking not only as a free man, but as a free leader of a nation, of a worldwide legacy. And he was in prison, yeah, but he wasn't really in prison. Eventually he was free inside the prison. And then he manifested. And through chiropractic we do the same. Constructive thinking. Think on the good. The truth, your own truth. That is freedom. Dreaming and fulfilling that dream. That is freedom. Regardless of how much money you're making or not. You see, one of the main reasons we strive for money, and we all do, is because of the sense of freedom that it will give us. And it does. But none of these things have to do with money. You can get that sense of freedom from many other sources. Being the driving force of your own life. Freedom of choice. You're choosing. You chose to be here today, right? You were free to do so. Money. Money can give you freedom. As a matter of fact, Life University is a worldwide leader in chiropractic today. Absolutely. And it's a tuition-based institution, meaning if we will have more money, we could do much more. We will have the freedom to have access to things that only money can access, like new buildings, new facilities, better recruitment, reaching other countries. Money can give us freedom, and we need money. As an institution, as a profession, giving back. Can you play the first video, please? I love this clip. Should I click it? No? I love this clip, and as many times as I see it, I get chills.
Mercy, man. Mercy. Jesus, mercy.
The prisoner wishes to say a word.
In the verge of death, his heart didn't give up. He was clear what he was doing there. He was clear. Are we clear what we're doing here? And then I started thinking about, these people. I can picture chiropractors in jail, Let's give it up for them. Come on, give a standing ovation to these people. Get up, let's give a standing ovation. Let's give a standing ovation for those that did that. Let's give a standing ovation for BJ and his family. Let's give a standing ovation. Let's give it up for them. For the first African American who said, I'm going to be a chiropractor. Let's give it up for that guy. For the first woman that said, I'm going to be a first woman chiropractor. Let's give it for her. She was a hero. Let's give it up for the students that are here today. That's the future. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's give it up for chiropractic, which is freaking awesome. Come on, give a standing ovation. Yeah. Let's give it up for Sid Williams and his mission. Yeah. Let's give it up for Chuck Ribley. Yeah. Let's give it up for Guy Rickman. Yeah. Give it up. Because that's a movie. This is real freaking life. That's a movie. And we get chills. But you know what? Real life has no substitution. And it's true. We have a lot of heroes we have to give it up for. And be proud of. And feel chills and say, what am I going to do? Be imprisoned? Be free. What can imprison you? Your fears. Fears of not speaking up the truth, standing up for what's right. In your profession, in your class, in your country. Your limiting beliefs and your limiting thoughts. Thinking of lack instead of possibilities, the endless realm of possibilities. And possibilities, all it means is that it's possible. It is possible. That's why we have so many dreams in Life University. We know they're possible. Living through others, or caring for public opinion. We're going to see a small video that shows about that. Having the fear of not speaking in public, or telling the truth. Yesterday, brief story, I was in the plane. I was sitting down in the aisle. I love aisle seats. And the flight attendant comes to me and she said, sir, can you please move from your seat and change seat with this lady? She was sitting in the emergency exit row. And she had a child. She couldn't be there. So I heard her asking the question before me, for like 4 people before, and everybody said no, because those seats cannot recline. So he was like, heck no, I'm not going to go there. So I said, yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to go because the guy beside me, honestly, he didn't smell too good. I'll move. It looked like he came from work. So I moved there, and immediately I see this guy in front of me twitching his neck. Every 2 minutes, twitching his neck. And I was waiting for the right moment, but the right moment never comes. You make the right moment. It never comes. You make it. So I was waiting for the right moment, I say, Eddie, who am I fooling? The right moment never comes. I have to make it right now. So I kneeled beside him, and I told him the chiropractic story. Initially, he didn't want to hear me. He didn't want to listen to me. It's okay. I looked him in the eye. I hold his hand. I told him, dude, I feel for you. Go visit this chiropractor. I gave him the phone number of 3 chiropractors. He's a nuclear engineer in NASA. He's a smart guy. Never been adjusted. He's suffering a lot. Freedom. Caring for power. I don't care what he thought of me. And if I would I possibly wouldn't get up and do what I did. And it has nothing to do with me, has everything to do with him. Money can imprison you, depending on what is your relationship with money. You get money to be free, be careful. You must know your relationship with money before you get it. People that drain your energy away. We all have that people beside us. Those dark clouds of energy that will imprison you. Love them from afar, especially if you're in the mission. Take a look around your life. What happens is that person is there. Take a look. Living a lie. Incongruencies. That can imprison you. Can you play the next video? When you truly don't care what anyone thinks about you, you have gotten dangerously close to something called freedom. And if you look at the great leaders in chiropractic, they don't give a damn what anybody thinks about them. They just do what they know is right. Listen. you doing your own dance? Or more importantly, are you going to? Not caring. Who cares? Nobody's watching. Everybody's watching. You are watching. God is watching. My passport. I'm a U.S. citizen, okay? Let us raise a standard to which we, the wise and honest, can repair. George Washington. That's chiropractic to me. Let us raise a standard to which the wise and honest can repair. Wow, this guy was a chiropractor. We hold this truth to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's an excerpt from the Declaration of Independence. Voila. And this other guy said this: we have a great dream. I'm going to tweak his quote. Hey, David. We have a great dream. It started back in 1895. And God grant that America will be true to her dream. That America, I mean. I'm going to read it again, because I changed the date. This was Martin Luther King. We have a great dream. It started way back in 1895. I made that date. And God grant that America will be true to her dream of real freedom. The people that come sick, suffering, and dying, they're not free. They're imprisoned in that system. And if you're not free, your heart has to be free. That's why that movie was called Braveheart. And take a look in the past. All the great chiropractors, all they had was not great wisdom. They were not the smartest one. They had a brave heart. My advice to myself is develop that brave heart. It will take you places. Freedom is a heck of a motivator. It can motivate people into war. It can motivate a divorce. It can motivate freedom from your own country. It can motivate us then to stand for our message and our principles. Yes, it can. Yeah! Yes, it can. Think about just being free for a while. See if it's going to motivate you to do the right thing or not. Or you'd rather be a prisoner to your own fears. And eventually, a prisoner of the mechanistic and medical model within this profession. Would you rather have that? And I close with this quote that I got from a book that I'm reading now. It said, nobody said being a chiropractor, climbing that mountain. Nobody said that climbing that mountain, being a chiropractor, will be easy. It's damn challenging. But it's a heck of a lot easier when you have a machete called truth to hack away the lies and grant a clear view of the path ahead. I love you and appreciate you. Yeah!